Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back once again to Aged Out Reacts with the two hosts of the Aged Out podcast, Mike Fantini and
Evan Worrell.
And today, it's upon popular demand. We've
We have
gotten a
got
lot
a
of
lot of
requests.
messages.
So
Yeah.
there's only three independent world, upper level. I'm hesitant to categorize it that way. Groups we haven't reacted to or watched yet. George Mason,
Historically
Infinity.
placing upper level. I mean, I think that's accurate.
The perfect way to put it. So George Mason, Infinity, and United are the three we want to make sure we do before finals. We'll do our high schools like we always do after finals because we want to react to them at their peak and kind of just showcase them a lot more for that reason.
Matrix typically follows up there, but they've been outside of coming to Dayton Regional, ghost.
I watched
YouTube
Matrix.
sphere.
I watched Matrix for the Dayton Regional.
Yeah.
Finally got to look at them. We'll talk about that
Haven't seen
on a
single lot video of that.
Yeah, nobody, if anyone's got one, send it to us. But, so Infinity's today's video. We felt, why not just react to the show? We've been waiting for a really high quality, good, current. There's some high
There's some
quality
recent
videos.
videos, but the audio on them is just kind of wonky.
There's that, and then the high quality videos are from really early on, and we just chose to watch other groups around that time.
Yeah, the Alexander Nguyen videos are from 3 weeks ago. So
I'm pretty sure on the mispronunciation of that last name. Apologies, Alex. It was
my
literally
favorite comment from that was somebody who was like, "Yeah, we're not taking that hooked on phonics pronunciation." Dude, I was dying.
I took Hooked on Phonics in first grade. That's where that
That
pronunciation
was such a
came
great
from.
callback.
It really was. So I pretty sure I got 5 text messages. People how do you not know how to pronounce that? I was like, I'm just uncultured, I guess, but now I know. Okay, so subscribe, comment, let us know if you think we're stupid, you agree with us, point something out we didn't notice, answer questions we asked about the video, check out the podcast on podcast services, and become a member for 99 cents a month. Help support us with our travel costs instead of everything to go to finals and keep covering all this cool stuff. And let's watch Infinity Show.
I am always down for someone to criticize whatever I criticize.
There it is.
It's fine.
Process.
It's healthy dialogue. I love it.
Yep.
Start thinking about an idea that grows in your mind. Start to feel it.
The show title is For Myself, by the way, for anyone that does not know. And the color scheme is pale. Vanilla, white, whatever term you want to use.
In your body. Then you try not to let it take over. Go online, play some games, watch TV, walk the dog. But you can't stop it. Process. Inside your heart, it's like a fire. So you let it take over. Even if nobody's watching, even if no one hears a single note, you're living it for yourself. Process. For myself.
Presenting their program,
For myself.
WGI Sport in the Arts is proud to present Infinity.
Haha, get it? Nobody can see them.
I do get it.
It's good to have things on the nose every now and then. Dude, fast singles are in.
Those are really fast.
They do it. X does it. X did it last year. GMU does it. There's probably other people doing it.
Probably. Delicate lead in.
Good dynamic range, though.
Really good.
I mean, what a...
The drums sound good indoors, too. They've got them tuned well.
Pause, too. What a just intimate moment. Staged for the snare drums, too. I mean, everybody else in the battery is still behind the props. And all you have is just this one section in the front ensemble. So you have this...
Yeah, you have this... I like the...
It feels like unlimited space.
Yeah, I love the subtle support of the front underneath that. And the snares come in very delicately, and they show that dynamic range and that ability to play low, high, go back and forth. But still, even at the low end, there's some beef to that phrase too, which is really cool. I'm going to back up. We'll listen to it again. Make sure I go back. That should be enough. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, just so tasty. A lot of crescendos in a row. Well done.
Those jumps too. Edge to center, edge to center.
So I'll point out too, somebody messaged us to you, I think maybe, or the podcast Instagram account. You'll hear in the middle of that the dump 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 dump, like that motif or whatever. They played it as like the opening battery thing too in the very beginning. I think you'll hear that throughout a lot of this if you pay attention to listen for it.
I guess I remember it was one of the members talking about the 454, which I never really caught. I guess
I didn't pick up on it myself either until somebody pointed it out.
To numerology of like creativity and innovation or something like that. I don't remember exactly what the wording was.
Yeah, so let's keep going. Let it play a little bit here. Good tap fives.
Decrescendo. Obviously more battery heavy moment.
For sure. Maybe it's better in person, but I'm having a really hard time visually seeing what's going on the floor. I can see it, but it could also be the lighting with the camera of the phone or whatever's capturing this too.
There might be some things coming down the road as they finish the season. I think obviously you have this blank canvas that they're painting on, and one other thing I think was that throughout the shows in the season, whatever is being painted or drawn on will change every single show as far as the creativity. But hopefully they take that into like the tarp and the uniform itself too. Maybe there's a way to add some color to that to have it stand out. It does get a little lost at times as far as the contrast, but
yeah, the drill definitely got lost to my eye in the video. But again, I'll wait till I see it live at finals. It could be just camera lighting, very bright. Who knows? But
YouTube
just pointing
screen.
that out. What?
The YouTubes.
Oh, yeah, right.
I feel like this paintbrush is running out.
There it is again.
Yep, same motif.
Gotta say, the drums.
This is all so exposed.
Yep.
Good finish.
Good finish. Very good into the phrase. Lost a little bit of clarity at the low end, the isolated notes there.
It's very delicate interplay with the battery in the front, though.
I need to back up because I was focusing on the battery, and I'm learning.
Just all those little runs and reentrances, coordinating the front to back timing.
Yeah, I was focusing on the delicateness of the battery, but I want to pay attention to the front here this time. Really good job moving dynamically together as a front and a battery.
Aligning the rhythms front to back. Like, I feel like this would read more effectively if there was some just like slash of color down the side of the body or something. I don't know.
Maybe from a verticality standpoint, just as an audience, just visually, yeah. I almost wanted that moment to be bigger, like louder. The climax of that phrase. Maybe I'm thinking too hard about it, and it could, again, same thing I said about the brightness, could be just, it might be super loud in person, but
restraint is also refreshing at times.
That's true, but they were so soft. That dynamic range, just the juxtaposition, is just so impactful when you can go from nothing all the way to just super loud and powerful. Nice keyboard runs.
Down, yeah.
That guy in the front of the audience loved it.
Process.
Can't shot. This is a long phrase, man.
That is a very long snare moment, and it's written well. I feel like there's a lot of cool stuff within it.
There's a lot of variety.
A lot of variety, a lot of rudimental variety, but what I'll point out is you can tell, and they still have, a month of the season left, 3-4 weekends, plenty of time out in that Florida
30
weather.
days out.
Yeah, but a lot of the issues I heard were just, there's a lot of reattacks within the writing of that phrase.
Right.
That's when the phrase would go for a bit, they'd lock in and get it. But it was all, every time there was a reattack, some of them were in there, but a lot of them I felt like were, I'm going to play it one more time here in a second, but listen for the slight little bit of fuzz on the attack. And the space is hard. Space, when you're constantly reattacking, it's tough to do. But that's just the main gripe that I have about it. The writing's cool. They achieve it well once they're in the phrase. But they're just still at the point of the season where they're working on feeling all those spaces within the phrase together.
A lot of groups are getting to the spot of the year where you reach that clarity that small stick out very clearly.
And because once they're in the phrase and there's no reattack within it, they're in it together, you hear that clarity, makes, like what you just said, that reattack stick out even more.
There's always a point in the season where you get clean, and then it sounds like you get worse because you get so clean, and then you have to push past that barrier.
Yep.
Process.
That's a tough attack.
Very hard. All those drag attacks. Like in this whole phrase. Sounds good. Very cool moment that if they lock in will be nothing but a positive on the score sheets.
It's like a risk
they're getting
reward.
there.
I mean, it's definitely good because it's a high risk and it'll get a high reward instead of just being high risk, low reward.
Exactly. So they're working on it. There's moments that can tell you as an audience they can clean it. They can get there. So we'll see what happens by finals, but definitely like the phrase a lot.
Oh, did they just take off this top?
They did.
Oh, so they did add this lead.
Yeah. So we're dumb.
Well, man, this is a new addition
I
to
know.
the show. So
I haven't seen the whole show till right now, so.
thanks for rewarding me for what I wanted.
There it is.
I feel pleased.
We asked for it, and you gave it to us in real time. Thank you.
I can't really read this.
I can't read it at all either. The writing with the front seems cool. I can't tell about clarity though.
It's such a tough gig too for the people that run sound to like balance the electronics with
Every
the live
arena's different.
ensemble. Yeah, and every arena sounds so much different. At least those who make finals get 3 chances to work it out at Dayton.
Yeah. And
So-
if you don't think every group is adjusting their sound setup between every night, you're wrong, because they are. Their sound people are working diligently night after night at Dayton to make sure they lock it in by finals if they're one of the finalists.
They'll change mallets. Like I know
Yep.
Rhythm X last year changed their entire mallets for the front ensemble to go up a hardness level to allow the keyboards to be heard more. Like all right, we're changing all the mallets this year, or all the mallets tomorrow.
Yep. All right, I backed up a little bit because I want to hear what the front does. Seems like a meteor front section here as we were talking over it a little bit. Ooh, nice.
Good space between the notes. You're gonna get them.
Might have lost a little clarity with all the backsticking. I think
there
it
was
looked like they
something-
were doing some backsticking throughout
Something
all
at the
that.
very end too, where I don't know if it's like a crossover thing, but like the sound like dropped when I wanted it to like stay full.
But it's the interplay between front and back was cool for that though. That phrase. I'm gonna back up a little
Auxiliary
bit,
parts.
almost to the end of the show here. I'll point out the one sleeve having color is pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely helps.
Oh yeah, very cool. Maybe it's just synth.
Yeah, it was like a like
Yeah.
crossover. Oh, he's painting the tarp.
Yep. Nailed
There we
it.
go. That is intriguing. I wonder how they watch that or what they. Oh, they're making the infinity symbol. Classic. I love it.
Yep. On brand. There's the motif.
There it is again. Oof, that shot's tough.
That's
Gotcha.
real tough to get.
That's it.
that
That's
timing's hard.
exposed.
Yeah. That's gonna be one of those things. I'll back up
And
and we'll
then,
hear the end.
dude,
Oh,
full circle. All right. They've changed the show quite a bit.
they have. I saw something really early, and they weren't even done with the whole thing yet before this. But let's. I'm very interested to see this show live now.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. All right.
I'm very interested to see it live. So
This has gotten significantly better, which I mean, obviously you hope they do. But
most people's shows are going to get better throughout the season. They're going to add stuff. They're going to get feedback from the judges. They're going to flesh things out more. You're going to get cleaner. So I would say, I think if I had to, I think I liked their show last year more, just from like a conceptual standpoint. But
I mean, yeah,
I like a lot of the battery writing in this year's book. It's again, I almost want to say the name of the game for them is how clean are they going to be able to get in the next 3 or 4 months.
yeah. I mean, maybe putting in. I'm sure everybody's doing this, but like assessing risk versus reward and like how can we put cheaters in or change a part to make it more
maybe have some
consistent.
pickups or lead-ins for this stuff or whatever, because you have to weigh that risk-reward balance.
Come in on the rim because it's more forgiving.
This is going to be dirty a lot, but if we can hit this, it'll be is a judge really going to pick up on X, Y, or Z, but it's really risky. So it's just, you got to look at, can we get away with watering this and still have enough density to be a contender in the world-class arena? It's a balancing act. You have to play as a staff and a design team. And do we think the members will actually be able to achieve this by finals? Because that's a conversation you have to have too. It's like, hey, we have 3 or 4 weeks left. We're still not there yet with this. Like, do we need to just get the fire hose out and move on to the next battle we can actually win over the next 3 weeks? Yeah. And it's that way in high school band, drum corps, indoor, at all levels. Like, you just have to start making some of those decisions, and we'll see.
I mean, obviously, what you're saying is not just exclusive to this show.
No, not at all. This is kind of a conversation.
This is what every group is having. Yeah,
every ensemble has to have this discussion, and I think this is the really big battle when you look at that 6th place through like 10th or 12th. They all have pretty hard books. They all have to look at, what can we realistically achieve in the next 3 weeks, or do we just need to stop spending time on this or that, make it a little easier so we don't have to worry about it anymore, and then focus on this next thing that we can achieve.
Right.
It's tough. It's a tough battle. It's a balancing act that's
just trying to max it out.
Yeah,
whatever
basically.
It is.
No, but I think the show is a lot cooler now, like you said, than it was a few weeks ago. Like a lot of people's, the book's pretty intriguing. There's really meaty phrases. They've got dynamic range they display. Again, it's going to be, how clean's it going to get? And the show makes sense. It's a little abstract, but
I would say it makes sense more than a lot of other shows that I've seen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You have this blank canvas that they're creating something fresh on. So,
yeah,
I mean, that is art.
Yep. So, let us know what you think. Did we miss anything in this watch of the show from last weekend? Yeah, Hattiesburg was last weekend, right?
It was.
Yeah. So, did we miss anything? Did we say anything dumb, smart? Do you agree, disagree?
I mean, we always say dumb stuff. So
well, of course. I mean, I'm mispronouncing names like crazy. I'm just missing all kinds of stuff. But like, subscribe, comment, follow the podcast, Facebook, Instagram, become a member for 99 cents a month. We appreciate the viewership all the same, and we'll see you all in the next one.
Peace.